audience for this speech will be students from Richland College in Speech 1311, as well as my professor. Did you know India, out of almost 200 countries, is the birthplace to 4 out of the 12 major religions in the entire world? For me, I've once found it easy to develop a prejudiced mindset when I see others of different cultural standards and norms. But over the last few weeks, I've come to appreciate the traditions, clothes, and respect for food that Indian culture has instilled in them. My name is Shabria Wilson Scott, and I've been researching the influence of religion that interprets into their physical appearances and their importance of food. So, firstly, I will explain to you how we relate to people in India. Second, I will help you understand the importance of religion and the meaning of what they wear and why they wear it. Thirdly, how women proclaim their elegance and respect without words. So, who is India, you might ask? So, India is home to 1.33 billion people. They have the second largest population on the earth. To put that in perspective, though, geographically, they're a third of the size of the US, although they hold 5 times more people. 40% of Indians speak Hindu, although there are 14 other official languages. They have the fourth highest GDP, but they are 50%. There's a 50% difference from them and their successor, which is the United States. They also only have one doctor for every 1,250 people in the country, and 71% of them can read. But even with their unsteady home lives, they still hold their religious roots. According to Culturegram 2018, an online resource that shares cultural facts of over 200 countries, have stated the Republic of India was made up of 80% Hindu people and 14% Muslims. Indians traditionally value simple material comforts, physical purity, and spiritual reinforcement. Even in hardship, one is expected to accept one's course of life as the will of God or fate, according to Culturegram. Hindu has no official founder or common practices, but India's founder, Gandhi, is highly respected for his ideas of nonviolence, self denial, and religious harmony. Hindus, they worship unlike Christians that I'm familiar with. In the Hindu practices, they believe that time follows someone named Brahma, who's said to have 4 major life cycles that last 432 million years. It is said that we now live in the most degenerative and destructive cycle of all, which they call the Kali Yuga. They also don't participate in communal worship with others. Instead, they focus on individual worship, making personal offerings of fruit, flowers, incense, and water. So, food is everything to them. It's a huge part of their lives and worship. Most of them practice lacto-vegetarianism, which is abstaining from all food products except dairy milk. Beef is forbidden, for they look at the cow as sacred. Although vegetarianism is an option and it's not required, they feel that it increases purity and minimizes the pain on other life forms. So, their respect and faith for purity, their respect for purity has led them to develop many clothing styles and options that most westernized people like me have once frowned upon. So, like many of us today who wear rings, Indian women find wearing a sari, a long length of fabric that they drape in various ways, signifies that they are married. They also wear it to show socioeconomic status. They are also huge fans of precious metals and jewelries, but one jewel many have always used is called the bindi. It's a red dot on their foreheads that many of us have seen. This red dot, it signifies grace and femininity, although many wear it as a fashion statement now. Men do not escape this cultural respect for clothing. Hindus and Muslims wear salwar khimars, which are long shirts over their pants. The Sikhs men are recognized by the 5Ks. They wear Congo, which is uncut hair, Kars, which is a wooden comb in their hair, Kara, which is undershorts, Kesh, iron bracelets, and a kirpan, which is a ceremonial sword. I now can't wait to speak to someone who practices these cultural norms as a shopaholic so I can ask them where to find my own. So, firstly, I told you about the imbalance in India's way of life at the moment, how they're still developing, trying to balance population and wealth. Secondly, I explained how important and influential religion is on the Hindu people, which has spread to what I lastly told you about their respect for food and the importance of their clothing choices. Culture in India is very different from the urban pop culture I now live in. But now I have the opportunity to understand and relate to their practices and respect our differences. Thank you.